play my game. Don't let people, try to persuade you doing something if you don't think it's right.
Lonzo Ball is a young player.
He got a court vision that I have never seen since Magic Johnson.
And Zoe realized how good he is on the floor. It makes him a very dynamic player.
And he's been involved in a lot of trade talks.
You want to trade my son? Trade him. It'll be the worst move you ever did in your entire life.
League sources tell ESPN the Lakers' first offer was Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma.
The LA Times reports trade talks have to start with a package that includes Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Ivica Zubac, and a first-round pick.
But trading Lonzo could be good for everyone. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. As much as I see the potential in Lonzo Ball and as much as I love the Lakers, I think it's important to realize how situations and surroundings can change everything. And for that reason, that leads me to believe that a Lonzo Ball trade would actually work well for everyone involved. And with all the Anthony Davis trade packages being thrown around, that's not that far off. In my video essentially talking about Lonzo Ball and his media relationship, I stated how the media began to look down on Lonzo. Check that video out if you want to get the full story on how that's impacted what we thought about Lonzo, but I didn't talk about how that impacted Lonzo, so let's talk about context. But first, quick plug, follow my Twitter because I'm starting to get more active on there and post updates on these videos. Lonzo has been involved in many possible trade talks, preferring to go to the Suns, but might go to the Pelicans. Let's get one thing straight. Lonzo's absolutely no power or say in where he ends up getting traded to. He hasn't earned that right, and he's on a rookie contract, which means the team that gets him will get his team options. However, where he does end up going will most likely be a bad team, and more importantly, get him out of LA. Sorry, LaVar. Lonzo Ball has been alright in his first season and a half. Sometimes he looks special and you see the way he can impact the game, be a special floor general, and be a generational passer with great defense. And other times, you just see him shying away from the ball or not seeing him engaged or bricking. With Lonzo, a lot of that has to do with his mindset. You could see Lonzo Ball in UCLA being aggressive, creating opportunities along with reading the defense. Lonzo Ball in the Lakers has predominantly been a passive playmaker, creating ball movement that gets everyone involved but doesn't put pressure on opposing defenses. It just seems that Lonzo doesn't have that passion he did on UCLA. I know Lonzo's always had a stoic, calm demeanor, but his aggression in his play was always there until he got bogged down by media while on the Lakers. The turn happened when the media started to question and hate him and thought he was overhyped because of how LaVar Ball hyped him up. Lonzo was not used to handling this sort of pressure because as a high schooler and most of college, there weren't really any questions about his game, but questions came up about his shot, defense, athleticism, all that because LaVar had put Lonzo in an upper echelon. Lonzo's first season was rough because of all the external factors like his mother dealing with a stroke, his brother getting arrested, the LaVar Ball comments, and being on the Lakers. Those stories became big and he had to manage his teammates and coaches among all that while playing his first season and being called a bust although he played decently well. Every mistake was blown up, and so this season LeBron has been great in restoring confidence, and you can see stretches where Lonzo has just been aggressive and more like UCLA Lonzo, and without LeBron, you could see more of that in effect. Just before he got injured, he had 8 points and 11 assists in 21 minutes. That game against the Kings, he balled out. While getting traded would mean Lonzo would lose an invaluable mentor in LeBron, he would also get away from a big root of his problems, the media. Playing in a smaller market simply means that there's less eyes and less pressure. Lonzo can play at his own pace and find his game without having to rush the process. He can also continue his level of play that he was doing because he will have a higher load on another team simply because any team he is traded to isn't going to be a good team right now. Now, this works well for the Lakers for two reasons. One, I'm assuming that if they're trading Lonzo Ball, they're at least getting Anthony Davis in return, which is what they want. I mean, god damn, that trade offer is insane. It's legit an entire lineup and their future given away. Wow. And well, the Lakers were also under media scrutiny for Lonzo. The story now is that Magic was almost forced into taking Lonzo Ball due to the hype, and that the Lakers shouldn't have taken Lonzo. That's a lot of negative press that they don't have to handle if Lonzo isn't there. I know the Lakers are pretty well equipped at handling all that, and having LeBron pretty much compounds any media pressure, but it's a different type of pressure, and not having a guy like LaVar Ball to mess up locker room dynamics is also nice. The team that gets Lonzo Ball will get a point guard who will be able to play and get better without that added pressure, because the team he gets traded to is probably going to be bad. Lonzo can also kind of experiment and just be aggressive. Once Lonzo finds his own game and is comfortable in his own skin, that team may have just gotten a generational point guard. Lonzo's already shown capabilities of being that point guard with LeBron now, and at his worst, you get a 6'6" passing point guard with great defense and a guy who's shooting 37% from 3. Yes, his free throws are horrible. His overall field goal percentage is 43%, which is not great, but that's the worst parts of him. On the Pelicans, that team needs a point guard, and so Lonzo fits that mold. He can make everyone on that team better. On the Suns, that team could use any help they can get.
Help me! Help me!
And being alongside a scorer in Devin Booker and a big man DeAndre Ayton who can be great in pick and rolls would be a great fit for Lonzo, who can make those players better while still being relied upon to score as a third option. So it becomes a win-win-win for Lonzo Ball, the Lakers, and whichever team gets him. As much as I do believe that Lonzo Ball would play well alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, it would actually help them win, I do have to admit that a Lonzo Ball trade would work well for everyone involved. But what do you think? Will Lonzo get traded? And if so, where? Will the Anthony Davis trade to the Lakers actually happen? Drop a like for Lonzo being Lonzo. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Grayson, and the all-day notification watch shout goes to Christian Blake. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all-day notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
Let's get wasted. Okay, just hop in my spaceship. No.